Pirates fans, I'm PJ Candido outside of the Rutgers Athletic Center, where today I catch up with Prep alumni and current Rutgers Athletic Director Patrick Hobbs to discuss his journey from West Orange all the way into New Brunswick. Patrick Hobbs, why don't you talk a little bit about your experience at Seton Hall Prep and how it groomed you into the man you are today?
So, and I've said this before, if it wasn't for Seton Hall Prep, I think so much of what I've accomplished in my life would not have happened. You come in there, you know, as a young person, 14, 15 years old, and you don't know what you don't know, and then you meet a group of incredibly talented teachers. Most of them are now long retired, but they had an enormous impact on me. I think Richard Binkowski's retired now.
You'd be surprised.
I know he's been hanging around.
There, yeah.
I remember getting my first essay back from him, and it's the infamous F rewrite. So you get, it's nothing but a sea of red ink. I'm sure he's still doing that. But he taught all of us how to write, how to think critically, and that was really, really important to my progress. Then when I went for undergraduate at Seton Hall, then on the law school at Chapel Hill, I thought Seton Hall Prep prepared me for all the rigors of professional school, and so many of the lessons that I learned there I carry with me today, and I use every day.
Likewise. Do you have a single most memorable moment that you could kind of think to? I know it's tough on the spot, but is there anything that kind of pops up that right away, you know? I
loved everything about it. I loved the football games on Saturday. I did not love getting cut from the basketball team. That wasn't great.
Boy.
So that was a memory. That's sort of a bitter memory. Wrestled a little bit as a freshman. Then went to work and did that. But yeah, so many memories of Seton Hall Prep.
And you've had a very successful tenure here. So why don't you talk about that experience a little bit, going from Seton Hall University, as you mentioned, and then over to Rutgers?
Well, people ask me, how did you end up as the athletic director at Rutgers? And what I say is serendipity. So if you're going to use sort of one word, it's serendipity, and that is, you know, I came out of law school, tax lawyer, so nothing to do with athletics. And at Seton Hall University, when I joined the faculty there, Bob Sheeran, Monsignor Sheeran, who was the president of the university, got me involved in several searches, and sort of you get picked, right? Sort of both about opportunity, but it's also a time where you're using the skills that you bring, whether it's as an administrator, whether it's as a lawyer, and you're bringing that forward. And I was done with all of that, and then Rutgers calls. And John Farmer, who had been the dean at Rutgers Newark Law School and knew me very well, knew that I had performed some roles down in Trenton. So I got a text message and said, we're thinking of making a change here at Rutgers, are you interested? I grew up here in New Jersey. I love everything about the state of New Jersey. I'm not one of those guys who thinks it's better somewhere else. I think it's great here. And again, as we said, sort of, you know, one of the things that Prep taught you about is hard work, right?
For sure.
There's no substitute for hard work, for diligence, not just for the sense of sort of putting in hours, but really focused work, and that's what's been required in everything that I've done. And we've tried to bring that here to Rutgers for 3 years now, and we're making progress. We're catching up here in the Big Ten, but we're having some fun doing it.
You are doing a lot of things. What's your favorite part of the job?
The student athletes, the interactions with the student athletes, and I would say both in the highs and the lows. When you go into that locker room after a big win, and the kids are jumping around, and there's water flying everywhere, and the coaches are all happy, those are joyous moments. But you're also there when there's defeat, right? At a moment of defeat, and as a young person, you know, those. I said the day before I took this job, I had 3 children, and when I took the job, I had 703 children. So it's that interaction. And the fans, the alums. We have 500,000 living alums. On football game days, I walk the tailgate areas, and you get to meet people, come up, they shake your hand, they say, season ticket holder for 33 years, and they describe themselves often as long-suffering. So if I have one goal, it's to remove the words long-suffering from the vocabulary.
Just any advice for prep students
when you can kind of look back and see how it affected you?
I mean, what I would say, and I've had all three of my nephews have gone through Seton Hall Prep. It's take advantage of everything Seton Hall Prep has to offer. You get a first-class education. You get taught about respect, about hard work, about being a professional. From a very early age, you're treated as a professional and somebody who's going to go on to leadership positions. And you take the lessons that they teach you at Seton Hall Prep, you carry them forward through your undergraduate experience and into, for some, professional school, and you'll have a very successful life.
Pat, thank you.
Thank you very much, PJ. Appreciate it.